Welcome to another episode of the Dark Matter Podcast. I'm your boy, Sifo Hey Roo. This is DX the Dog.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. I hope you enjoyed your day.
Most definitely.
If nobody told you Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day from the Dark Matter Podcast.
Yeah, they ain't told you beautiful. We telling you you're beautiful.
You're beautiful. You're worth it. You are greatly appreciated.
Special ladies.
All right. With that being said, let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right. So as everybody stated last week, not just us, the Diddy cast is underway, and Diddy's on trial, and so we had a couple questions about the trial. About what do y'all think about Cassie's involvement in the Diddy trial? You know, what you think, X?
Well, I'm really thinking she got to bear some type of responsibility, man, because on the other side of what she was doing, there was also victims.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So you saying she could be very well charged as an accomplice?
Something like that. You can't, you know what I'm saying? We know what you went through. We don't want to make it look like we women bashing, but you got to keep in mind there was other victims in here.
So
and she played a role on luring them victims.
So it was
even with Puff.
So some of this ass cracking was her fault.
A lot of
the ass cracking
because it was Cassie and Puff working in cahoots.
She was working together, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Basically, right. Okay.
But I'm not saying we trying allegedly,
okay.
And I'm not trying to say we trying to bash a woman because the shit Puff did wasn't cool either. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And there was plenty of times that, from what was said, Cassidy had the outlet, but she didn't have to go back and fuck with Puff.
Okay.
Her girlfriends will tell you.
Okay.
You know, I had her here, blah, 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 blah. And he told and he went back. You know what I'm saying? So if you really
but the money was good.
Yeah, the money was good.
You fucking with a billionaire, you know, so that got to be hard to leave. And, you know, women out here getting abused. They can't leave a poor motherfucker, let alone a billionaire. Yes.
Well, I mean, from what I heard, she had some pretty nice dates.
Oh, okay. Other guys. So what's up with this? So I wonder, was she luring men in the for Puffy?
I mean that
to the rooms. And,
if you think about it, that's why I said let's look at it with a wide scope. If you think about it, imagine a man like Cassie coming on to a man.
Right.
A man ain't into that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I ain't into that other shit.
So he's just into Cassie.
He into Cassie.
Working with her, they meet at the club, meet at one of the parties, and she, he using her like a fishing lure.
Yeah, fishing lure.
Okay, she go over there, and everybody's attracted to her. The guy's like, hey, what's up, Cassie?
Yeah. And Puff in the background like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That one.
So,
Oh, okay.
So you slide on off.
Yeah.
He slide off with you.
Yeah, so allegedly Puffy, basically she could have talked to a guy, got him back in the room, and then slipped in one of them drinks that they don't know funny montage or whatever the hell they're serving around there.
And to be honest with you, I mean, not to be funny enough, to be honest, she's a very attractive girl.
Oh yeah, she's attractive.
So she probably got a lot of ass cracked.
She's not more.
I mean,
you know, one after the other.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. She telling him, "Come on, we're going in."
Going in the room.
Let me press it on.
So she go in the bathroom. She tell the guy, put some drinks in him, allegedly.
Yeah.
Put some drinks in him. He can get, buzzed up.
Got the muscle relaxer.
He thinking he's going to
baby oil on him and shit.
He think he's gonna spend some time with Cassie.
Yeah.
Throwing some of the baby oil out here. Put this on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in the bathroom and change.
You know
what I'm saying? The bathroom changing.
Yeah.
The drink done kicked in.
The
muscle relaxer.
Inside the baby oil.
Yeah. So now when she come out the bathroom, he can't move. So Puppy come in.
Fucked up.
Yeah, Puppy come in, flip him on his back. He can't move up with his head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crack this motherfucker up and down. You know what I'm saying? And then the next morning when he wake up, Cassie in the bed with
him. So she in the bed, they laid up tight. He don't remember shit. All he knows is he got a pretty woman, but his ass hurt.
Yeah, his ass hurt. You don't know what to say. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. See, you don't know what to say.
So to you dudes out there, y'all gotta be careful when y'all up in these clubs and these beautiful women just run up in your face and
Yeah.
a couple billionaires in the room. You got to question yourself.
Yeah.
Why she want me?
Yeah, why she want me? You know what I'm saying?
Why she giving me a drink? I could buy my own shit.
Yeah, ain't she with Puff? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
ain't she with Puff?
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Cassie, oh man, I wonder if they would look at pressing charges against her, man.
I mean,
because from all these charges,
that's
just being thrown puppy. Well, that's a lot of ass cracking that was going on. How much is she responsible for? I mean, is she responsible for any victim?
Exactly.
And
just
if
like
she's not, then we apologize. But that's
just like the Ornstein trial.
Yeah.
Look at the shit Maxwell was doing.
Yeah.
Maxine.
Basically right. Same
you know what I'm saying? You study, you study bringing these young girls and blah 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 blah. The lure. The lure.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you can cry the victim, which it's understandable because we know, but we don't want to be feeling like we picking on you. No. We looking at it in a bigger eye for.
Well, that's
all we doing.
Well, that's what he was using those other females for, the ones that he had serving their drinks.
Yeah.
Like the little.
And then think about it.
Promiscuous clothing that they was wearing around the party.
Yeah.
The guys in the party getting buzzed up, thinking they about to sleep with some of these girls in the party all the time. Puppy guy.
And then
allegedly, because I don't.
Allegedly, they said he flying in male prostitutes to have sex with Cassie.
This is a hell of a case to try to prove for the prosecutor.
I mean,
this is why it's going to be tough to prove. It's going to be tough to prove because there's no prostitution going on. If you saying that Puppy's throwing free parties, free sex parties, and nobody's being charged, where's the prostitution at? I hired these girls to serve drinks. Now, if they're in the back closet having sex or whatever, what does that have to do with Puppy? I'm pretty sure that's what his lawyer said.
And they all adults.
Now, if they was around the party charging these men to have sex, okay, you got it. He can't get out of that shit.
That's the tricky part.
Right.
If they male prostitutes and you got her having sex with male prostitutes, is they the catcher or the pitcher? Because we can't figure this shit out.
Yeah, okay, yeah. She's the host. If she's the host, she definitely gonna have to testify, or I would have to see some more evidence about her alluring these men, because all this shit is just alleged.
It ain't. We don't. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see nobody testify. So, but if she had anything to do with all these ass crackings going on, some of these guys used to testify.
Yeah.
That hey, she served me the drink. I thought I was having sex with her. I woke up. And, his glands are swollen.
Yeah.
You know what she might be in trouble.
Yeah. And look at it. I mean, what are you gonna do? I go run and tell the police I slept with her and woke up. I know something runny, but I just can't put my finger on it.
But he put his finger.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, hey man, that's horrible.
Yeah, it is, man. That's hopefully she had nothing to do with that. Because from the videotape I seen, she is definitely the victim.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how the prosecutor can bring this case home, by Puffy having already had paid her off.
Yeah.
So I don't see how she gets to testify. And then there was no currency being passed around at these parties for, prostitution. It's just Puffy trying to have a freak off.
Yeah.
I don't think you can charge a man with having a freak off.
No.
In that case, what's his name? Hugh Hefner would have been charged a long time
ago.
At the Playboy match.
Yeah.
Plenty of freak offs.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can charge Diddy with that stuff without money being an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's going to be hard for the prosecutor, man. Now, what he did to Cassidy on tape, he's definitely going to get charged.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no doubt about that, man.
Right. But that other shit, it's going to be a pretty hard case to prove for the prosecutor.
And then it went on for years at a time. You know what I mean? This shit went on for years. From allegedly what they saying.
But then
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's going to be considered domestic violence also. So I'm pretty sure this is how Puffy's lawyer is looking at it. They were in a relationship. This is not, I bought a prostitute and I beat her and raped her. This is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
We was having issues. We got into a fight. He said, no man should be putting his hand on a woman.
No, period.
At all. You go find your sisters or your girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, and get them to beat their ass. No, I'm just kidding. Don't be fighting.
Yeah.
But no man should be putting his hand on the woman. You don't have no excuse. And I don't care, a lot of you guys, don't let the argument even escalate to that where she might hit you first. Just get on up out of there. You're a man, you're stronger than her. And even if you're not stronger than her, because we got some big backs out there that's stronger than me.
Yeah.
Don't even go that route, brother. It just don't even look good.
No, it don't look good, man. It don't feel good, man. And you don't want to be so-called this the girl you love, but you taking around with a black eye, man, fat lip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to be a woman beater.
Don't do that, man. It's not cool. It's nothing sexy about it.
No. And
it's nothing manly about it.
No.
Period.
It's definitely not anything manly about beating a woman. So that shit I seen on tape, him, beating on her like that, that was disgusting. That was.
Yeah.
Shame on you, puppy.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
You had the nerves to take a kick at her, good swipe. You know what I'm saying? While she laying down, man, you know what I'm saying?
You dirty mother.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I'm saying, what was going on, that was y'all life. Yeah. That's the way y'all live y'all life. Yeah. Everybody got some type of bone collectors in the closet. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just this shit busted.
We know y'all be in love with these guys head over heels. Don't provoke a man to hit you, man, because you got some real wimpy ass dudes out here.
Yeah.
I mean, they sorry as fuck. They not gonna fight another man, but if you keep pushing his buttons, he's going to explode. He'll fight you because you're a woman. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna take much, Yeah. Y'all gotta be careful. Y'all think y'all got some mentally men, but you really don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of fucking girly men. Is what you got.
Yeah.
So be careful. Don't push the argument that far. Let it escalate to no shit like that.
Yeah, because
that was ugly for Puppy, and that in the end that might land him in prison. For doing that shit.
That's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? That's tough on any type of. I mean, it's just nothing a woman can do. In our opinion, this is my brother. You know what I'm saying? In our opinion, we don't got this shit going on in our family.
No,
you know what I'm saying? In our opinion, it's nothing you can do that would make us react to you like that. It's nothing. Yeah. I don't care who you slept with, how you slept. I don't care if you got a baby by a mother. I don't care.
If I got $1 billion,
it's not going down like that.
If I'm worth $1 billion,
the best thing you can do and the worst thing can happen to her is you get your ass up and leave.
Yeah, you pissed me off. I'm on a private jet. I got $1 billion. I'm not going to sit around and argue with you.
Yeah.
Security, get her out of here.
Yeah. Yeah,
you drop your shoe. Get her shoe and get her ass up out of there, what it sounds like to me is Puppy starting to be like Shannon, a safe haven for hoes.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you can't be no safe haven for hoes. You gotta cut that out, Puppy. That shit done got you in trouble.
Yeah, rest home.
Rest home. Come on, man. You got too much money for that, man.
Yeah, entirely too much, man. And then it's the money you had. Usually people go get women and do this with, man. You was getting men. Men had nothing to do with a different sexual contact than what you forced them in, man. That got to be some horrible shit, man.
Come on.
Horrible, man.
Come on.
That's the worst of the worst, man. That's gutter.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. You got too much money to go out like that.
Yeah, straight gutter.
Yeah, so hopefully Cassie was not a part of any of the male ass cracking that was going on, getting people set up to get raped and shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If that's what happens, she's gonna get charged for that shit.
Yeah. If that's what was going on, when you played the role all the way out.
Yeah.
Well, you was good with the role. We don't know. We're not accusing you of nothing like that. Just allegedly. We just looking at it with a bigger magnifying glass so we can try to get, a couple people to see how they can wind this down. You know what I'm saying? And look at everything from all different angles. You already know how we is. Nobody's off limits. We don't cater to one thing more than we cater to anything. You know what I'm saying? If you can get it, we can get it too. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we at with it. You know what I'm saying?
And I heard the legend, the Motown legend, Smokey Robinson is under fire for some alleged, I believe it was some type of cases or something. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
Smokey. Y'all gotta be careful out there, man. You guys got too much money. And y'all just got too much money to be getting caught up. Like, even a poor dude, nobody should be getting caught up in any sex allegations like that, man. Just especially you got a good job, you popular. There's too many women that want you in the first place.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? From what I hear,
Smokey,
he had him hostage or something like that. They was forced to stay at the crib, and his wife allegedly was supposed to have been setting it up and blah, blah, blah. I heard it went on for years. It went on for years, man. Come on, come on, man.
Yeah,
You gotta call a time out and say, okay, this shit can't keep happening. Yeah. You can't keep going to work. You don't need the money that goddamn bad.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop taking advantage of these women with mental illnesses in the first place.
Yeah, mental illness is in.
Yeah, because when you take it away from them, when you take it away from them, they're gonna press charges on you. They're gonna call the police. You're not getting off like scot free. It's just not gonna happen. So why even put yourself in that predicament in the first place? Yeah, so, yeah. Cut it out, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let shit go, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're ruining your good names out there.
You know, as much as money you got, you can go get it flattened. It pump the money into her to get it right. You know what I'm saying? You get her some tits, get her some ass. You get all this. You can just go get a plain Jane and fix her up. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do what the dude from Family Matters. We talked about him last time. I see you bring him. But I believe he's dating a trans man, and they went and got the female body parts.
Like real female body parts?
Yeah, they got her, lower half done and the top half. I think she was on the Breakfast Club or something. Shout out to the Breakfast Club.
Damn, this motherfucker had beards too.
That's weird, man. People are really doing a lot of surgeries on their bodies and stuff, man. I just can't be happy how God made you, man.
Yeah, Y'all
gotta slow down out there, man, with that just craziness, man.
And then, you gotta try to respect what they're doing because you don't want to cross the line. This is how he is. This is how he is. That's your opinion. This is how they feel. You got to start looking at people as people. You know what I'm saying? Even though, that's what they do. That's their style. That's their crave. That's their prerogative.
Yeah, we ain't hating on nobody. Do what you do, man. But Jesus, that's a lot of mental illness going on out there. So yeah, some people y'all got to seek help, man. Seek help. Join the church. Go to the mosque. Do anything but start carving your body up.
Yeah.
Ain't no coming back from that.
No, you only get one body.
You only get one body.
You get one life. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Enjoy what was gave to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if them emotions running through you like that, then you got a disorder. You're gonna always remember this. For everybody that they think straight, and everybody should be thinking like that. It's like 50 million more people don't think like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can look at America as a microcosm in traffic. Road rage. Just look at the traffic. Just look how different we are. Just driving up and down the highway. We cussing each other out because I want to do 90, you want to do 60, he want to do 30, and some asshole over here want to do 15 miles an hour. And we all just cussing each other. That's how different we think, Yeah, we're not opening up to that. We're not paying attention to that. We're not making it known that we different.
Yeah.
Not only are we have different cultures, but inside our own culture, we are different people.
Mm-hmm. So just when you think you done seen it all, just hold on.
Yeah. Now there was
it's gonna be something else.
There was a post that it's been going viral for the last 2 weeks or so. And it's 100 men versus a gorilla. Who would win? 100 men versus a gorilla.
Oh my God! I'm gonna tell you my opinion.
Yeah.
Man, you ain't got a chance. Man. you ain't got a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't got a chance. If they naturally fucking you up or whatever, man, God, everybody they snatch, they breaking and tearing the apart. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? 450 damn pounds.
And then I heard some people say that, about, maybe about time it damaged and killed 25, 50 people that it's tired now. Okay, so I want to know what you're going to do after you get tired. What are you going to do? Say if you got weapons. If you got weapons, sure, we can beat it. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't got no weapons, man, you can't beat a fucking gorilla. I don't care how many men you got. The simple fact that there's not one man on the planet, not even the great Mike Tyson. You can have 1,000 Mike Tysons versus one gorilla, and all of Mike Tysons will get their ass chewed out. The human blunt force is not enough to hit today's gorilla. It's just not enough.
That's an animal. You're a human being, and then if you try it, you gonna see why they call him animal.
Yeah.
Because the first motherfucking arm he snatch off and getting the beating the shit out of all y'all
with his own way, with the arms. Here's what you gonna do.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no 100 motherfuckers finna jump on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You know, and then think about it. 100 motherfuckers fighting a gorilla. What y'all gonna do? Hurdle around him? I bet you any amount of money, now one of you motherfuckers go first.
Yeah, that's my question. Who's going to go? Who gonna grab that motherfucker first?
You know
grab?
You know what I'm saying?
Leg, Ted. No, motherfucker, you grab.
You know what I'm saying? Damn.
Y'all come out there with some stun guns and batons and shit. Yeah, you probably can take him. You know what I'm saying?
You might shake him up, but he's an animal.
He's still gonna kill 10% of y'all. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers go out there with y'all bare hands. Motherfucker, they're gonna get. It's gonna be what Biggie said. It's gonna be a lot of flower bringing and slow singing.
Yeah. Fucking ape share what they say. 90% of the DNA of a human being. If an ape share that, look how that 2% got that ape fucked up.
Man, look, that's just that's we.
Nah. Imagine, you know, that 2% got him fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got shit on that 2% that motherfucker got. Nothing.
Stop playing.
You know what I'm saying? Stop playing, man. You know what I'm saying?
I can take a lot of bad advice out there. You know what I'm saying? You got a motherfucker think they can beat a goddamn gorilla, man.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, man, you sick as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Grown gorilla that know his strength. Oh my, he had fun with that shit.
I don't even think you can get out on the baboon. Put 50 on the baboon and see what happens. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You might get a baboon.
Them motherfuckers got canines bigger than lions. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even bite one motherfucker. They might be able to
They strong as hell, man.
They're strong.
You know what I'm saying?
They might be able to grab.
Hey, look at the damage a baboon do when he want to start breeding and take over another motherfucker's family. Yeah. Even the kids he got. You know, I'm taking your kids, your women, all you motherfuckers. Yeah. Look at what they do. Look it up.
100 men versus a baboon. They might get the baboon. I'm pretty they'll get it though, because the baboon's just not as stalky as a gorilla. Man, gorilla so.
Them baboons get big in the motherfucker. Yeah, feet off. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So yeah, they get big as hell.
I wish I could play some videos.
They get big as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? They get big. They strong.
We might fuck a baboon up. No. We might fuck it.
That ain't gonna happen, man. But that ain't gonna happen. I'll pay for the shit. Yeah. I'll pay for you motherfuckers to go fight.
Oh, that'd be dope as hell. We can get that on pay-per-view. Oh yeah, that'd be sweet as hell.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I got 200 of that.
Yeah. Get us a nice good zoo cage and put your ass right in there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure there's a lot of room to run around, because, you know, once they get started, they get running up trees, jumping off trees, slapping motherfuckers.
We make sure we lock them in.
Yeah.
So the gorilla can't get out.
Yeah.
For you, the humans.
Yeah.
We don't want the gorilla to get out. They fuck us up.
Yeah.
We want to make sure y'all in there with him.
Yeah, y'all in there with him.
Y'all can do what y'all said y'all was going to do.
Yeah. And then, look.
Get y'all ass mopped up in there.
We ain't going to be able, once you tap out, we ain't going to be able to come right in there. So you need to lay down and just be fucking still.
Yeah, just play that. Play that.
And hope you get on somebody else. So, you know, we can try to get you out, man. But it ain't going to work.
Get your ass chewed to pieces.
You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, but it's good entertainment, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a damn good conversation. But like I said, you'll never figure out who's going to go first. No. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to all move at one time? Who's going to take one for the team? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to happen. You know? It ain't going to happen.
That would be insane. I would pay good money to see that shit right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely pay good money to see that.
Yeah, that's better than the MMA fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can get all the wrestlers. You can get the motherfuckers from the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what 100 men you come out there with. Y'all ass is done.
Yeah. Matter of fact, go get the motherfucker to take the most steroids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go get the one to take the most steroids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know if I can watch that shit like that, man. Because that goddamn gorilla, once you get to beating that chest,
yeah,
it's a wrap.
Motherfuckers get to hearing that shit live and what it really sound like 8, 9, 10 feet away from them. Come on.
You got a video where the gorilla was like in the woods, but he was on the shore of the water, and the humans was in the boat, a couple humans in the boat, and they was looking at him, hey, they was throwing fruit or some shit at him, trying to get him to eat it. He just walked a little out there, a couple steps, and then took a wave of water, then threw a tidal wave on that motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, y'all think y'all can beat a motherfucker and just conjure up a tidal wave? And
shit? You know what I'm saying? That's the 98% that y'all motherfuckers share that he gave you a warning shot with.
That's insane.
You know what I'm saying? He gave you a warning shot with that.
Yeah, man. So, that's crazy, man. So there's another, we ain't gonna spend a lot of time on this, but the reparations talk is heating back up for, descendants of slaves in America. Something that African Americans should have been had. We should have been put this shit to bed. We could have moved on a long time ago. Well, I don't know why they don't just take care of this. You got all this money to go over and help Ukraine and other poor countries. And I'm not one of those people that say, why are you helping the poor countries and not giving us our money? No, because you got enough money to help them and still pay reparations, and get that shit over with, man. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. The whole entire planet knows what African Americans have been through. So what's the big deal? Write the fucking check, get the shit over with, and let's move on. And then you could, for one damn thing, you should be ready to shut African Americans the fuck up anyway. You pay reparations, we can never talk about this shit again. Y'all ain't got to listen. I would have been paid. Here, take your shit. Don't ever bring this shit up no more. So what man. You think about that, man?
I think they get the message kind of mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they saying they want their reparations, which they rightly deserve them. Damn, man. Man, y'all did wrong, man. You kind of still doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you got other people, saying I'm not gonna be paying my money to them. And I mean, you didn't have nothing to do with the situation, man. Ain't a motherfucking dime coming out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So don't you get caught in the conversation like it's gonna cost you. It's not gonna cost you nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, technically they are right. So you got white people saying that why should I have anything to do with paying reparations when I never owned any slaves? That is true. You didn't own any slaves. You didn't agree with it.
Right.
You probably don't like it. You don't want shit to do with it.
Yeah.
The fact is that you are benefiting from it.
Everything from the jobs to the first to get hired to, you know what I'm saying? No, you can't go to Harvard and I'll pick who you want to go. You know what I'm saying? The ideal of you don't have to do this. This is the only thing the job require, but you got to do this, and this. You know what I'm saying? The ideal of, back in the days where they say, they knew the kids didn't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? They knew they would never get a job like what they had. They knew all this. All that is becoming, a generational wealth. So by you benefiting off of it, there's still millions of towns around America that just got you in.
And it's only a small percentage of African Americans and inside of America anyway that would benefit from it.
Yeah.
So by you saying that you didn't have anything to do with it, that is true, but you are benefiting from it. That's all we're saying. You're benefiting and we're not.
That's our point.
Yeah. And then there's another argument saying that, well, your own people sold you into slavery. And I would just say to you, what the fuck we got to do with that?
Yeah.
We don't got anything to do with that. The fact is, you bought them.
You know what I'm saying?
There's somebody right now selling unfortunately, selling little kids online, child pornography. Are you going to buy it? Are you going to participate in it?
You're going to be responsible.
Well, that's what your people did. Just because somebody's selling something that's wrong, that don't mean you got to buy it.
Yeah. And you got to keep in mind.
So slavery, it went down, it happened, and so we need to take care of it and get that shit out of the way. That way we can all kumbaya, get along and get that shit over with, so we can move on.
Yes, because it is really, really generational wealth gaps.
It definitely
big time, you know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable.
Just, you can't imagine, the talent that got destroyed, going through this thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, reparations are due. Let's get it done. I don't want to go too deep off into it, but if you want to, go ahead, brother. I ain't got no problem with it.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to take it to where, you know, they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the good thing is that
Turn
you
it into
listen
something else,
to all sides. You know,
Yeah,
because sometimes people
that's
got
what it's all
something,
about.
like when people say they ain't got nothing to do with it, then you explain to them, yeah, you don't got nothing, you didn't have anything to do with it, but you benefited from it. Sometimes they don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes they don't, common sense don't kick in, or they just haven't put that much thought into it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so you got to let them know both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sometimes people don't know both sides. So I always give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I ran into white people that actually didn't know. You know what I mean? And they cool with it once you explain to them your side, where you coming from.
Yeah.
Some information that they didn't have. They out there. So it's not everybody, but some of them out there. Some people just don't give a fuck. Yeah, so you don't get caught up in the, you know, it's coming out of my checking. Oh, why should I have to do this? And you know what I'm saying? You know, that's why some of y'all might make $50 an hour in that same job. They might make 12 to 13. That's why you can't talk about how much money you make on the job. That's well, not only that, the lack of home ownership is another thing that's killing the black community. The lack of home ownership, you know, that creates, you know, being policed in your own neighborhood by people that don't look like you because you don't own the neighborhood. Yeah. You know, so that's another result of slavery that people don't, you know, pay attention to. Yeah. You know, so our neighborhoods are being over policed by people that don't look like us. So that's why you always see us in videos getting in trouble with the police, not even understanding what the situation is, you know. So you see a black person getting pulled over and he's hot and what y'all would say hostile. Yeah, why are you pulling me over in front of my house? I ride down the street in this neighborhood every day. Why are you pulling me? So our minds, we don't even understand why you even over here in the first goddamn place. But in that cop's mind, hey, you don't own this shit. So I can do whatever I want to do. Yeah. So that's a conflict of interest on both sides. Yeah. So that's another result of slavery by us not owning our own neighborhoods. Anybody can come in here and police our neighborhood and tell us what the fuck to do while we at home. Just like, you know, it's like saying, ridiculous. You know, y'all not smart enough to do your own thing. You still need me. That's the biggest slap in the face you could ever have. Yes, especially right now. You know what I'm saying? It's sick, man. You know what I'm saying? It's really sick. It's a big slap in the face. Yeah, reparations are always going to be a touchy subject, no matter how you come at it. Yeah, it'll never go off smooth. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we try to balance it on both sides. But we'll give you the information. Yeah, exactly. I got a problem with that because you can't get nothing done if you're not sitting down talking. You know. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you know, some of us. Anytime, you know, since I just want a couple more things, since we didn't open the door. Anytime per se, you know, you guys tearing up your own community is a direct result from slavery, man. Not knowing that you even own this neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not owning the houses, the businesses in that neighborhood. You know what I mean? So now all that shit is a result of being stripped of your identity, you know, from slavery. Yeah. You know, we all know it. Everybody knows that African Americans have white people's last names. That is insane. That lets you know we don't even know who we are. Really. Yeah, we Americans, but goddamn, who am I? Yeah. I'm not a goddamn Jackson or a Jones. It's not my damn last name. Yeah, 400-year head start is a bad motherfucker, man. So there's a lot of time to put everything in place. Twisted things that slavery did that we don't even pay attention to every day. Yeah. You know, you got a lot of black people don't understand and they are going fucking insane out here. And then, so you know, fix this shit, in other words. On the Caucasian side, you got to realize it'll be over 400 years for them to even understand what we even talking about. No, they understand what you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of them like, you know, they gonna go to the grave with the shit. Yeah, they don't understand. They can know the truth, but they'll go to the grave. That's what a lot of white folks don't understand. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hard working people out there. And what they don't understand is what their biggest beef is. The white person is, I work hard for the little shit that I got. Why you can't work hard for the little shit you got? Exactly. But the thing is, though, white people, y'all own this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Y'all own every road, every sidewalk, anything. You can go to school right now. If you live in one of them damn trailer parks and you ain't got shit, you can go back to school right now for political science. You can run for office. You can be the president of the United States of America. Mm-hmm. Black people can't do that shit. Nah. So even though you might be poor and working your ass off, you still have advantages that we don't have. That's why a lot of parents that really know the advantages they don't got a problem telling their kid, you better be lucky you is who the fuck you are. You better be fucking lucky.
You know what I'm saying? They don't got a problem once they cross that line where they think they bigger than mom and dad. You know, think they entitled to the shit mom and dad got. Then that's when they get mad and say, hey, you fucking lucky. And you just don't fucking know it. You fucking lucky and don't know it.
You know, we used to coach basketball. So there was a team out in Clarkson. And Clarkson would come to Pontiac and pay for the whole league. And I asked the coach, why you pay for the whole league? We got, our city can pay for it. He said, I pay for the whole league because I want my team to come down to the inner city to show them what real life is about. So you got to leave your suburban neighborhood to bring your kids down to the hood so they can see what real life is about. To see people struggling every day. To see people playing basketball to try to get out of that fucking neighborhood. Trying to use sports to catapult them out of there. That's what he brought his kids to see so they can learn how to play hard when you starving and trying to get the fuck up out of there. I seen someone else covering that subject.
Yeah.
Muslim brother. I can't call his name right now. I might be wrong. I think it was X though. He was just brought that up. So you guys have clear advantages that we don't have. You can't look at Shaq and LeBron and Jordan and say, well, hey, you guys, some of y'all got billionaires. I hate to break the bad news to y'all guys. All black people can't fucking jump.
Yeah.
We all can't jump high. That's a lie.
Yeah, you know.
We all can't play basketball. Everybody ain't not good at football. Yeah. So you talking about some extra special motherfuckers. Everybody not Michael Jackson or Kanye West or Jay-Z or Tupac. Everybody can't fucking rap either.
And all their money together couldn't possibly fix the damage that have been done. You know.
Yes, just think about all the top engineers that you know.
Yeah.
You know, Swiss Beats, Dr. Dre, Kanye. You know how many other motherfuckers you see making damn near $1 billion off of me? Now it's not a lot.
Yeah.
So everybody can't, don't have the exceptional talent. Most of us are just regular people.
Yeah, to take it over.
And so we need to not be terrorized in our own neighborhood. We need to not have our schools, subjugated to fucked up inferiority manuscripts and old books and shit, So
lead paint and shit.
Lead paint. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. So
clay glass.
So yeah,
grass.
Yeah. So we went way far, and I was trying to
get
that, but
we just wanted to get y'all outside look at it. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to, rattle you or nothing like that, because I don't want you to think that.
What type of female, would you be like inclined to marry? I was like, my first pick, I probably would marry a Muslim woman, and because Muslim women are, from what I know of, I'm talking about a real Muslim woman. I'm not a Muslim,
Yeah.
But they just look so loyal.
So
Muslim women just look like they know how to, treat a man.
Just look so clean.
With no complex about it. You know what I mean?
Eyes just look so white. You can see all the white in their eyes. The smiles just be.
I think I would really comfortable coming home every day, knowing there's somebody there that love. Yeah, they just look like they got so much love to give.
Yeah, I mean, like they look like they don't do nothing but drink water.
Yeah, What's up with you? What's up with you?
What's good?
What up, my guy? I got my brother DX here, man. We on the Dark Matter podcast, man, and I talked to you earlier about religion a little bit. We ain't really go deep into it because I had to get up out of there.
I thought it was next week.
No, man. Next week is now. I'm just fucking with you, though. But yeah. So, yeah, we was kicking it about, I was telling the people about, like, the ideal type of woman I would have. My first pick would be a Muslim woman. Somebody that I see that would be, like, super loyal. Some guys dread coming home when their ass is married. They don't want to come home. You know what I mean? I think you have somebody like that at home, well, you'd be dying to get home that goddamn night. Knowing somebody like that,
Not to knock no other women, but
I'm knocking them.
You just got to look at them, man.
What you think about that,
just,
bro? What you think,
the
Joe?
vibe they give you,
I don't want to get him in trouble. I should ask him.
Yeah, shit.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I gotta tell the people. I gotta tell the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. Not to say y'all gotta quit drinking 40s and shit like that, but he just giving you an idea on, if that marriage was for him, this is what he'd be, he'd be more in tune to. find yourself in tune with.
So brother Ant, so when I told you that, if you want to get into it, because we can take the other route, what you think?
Well, I'm not really quite sure about Muslim women, but you know, I mean, I don't really think that Muslim women would even, go outside her own faith. But
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that.
if they do, I guess, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because I think, okay, because she wanted I'm going to have to just throw you in the fire. Who would be more loyal in your eyes, a Muslim woman or a Hebrew woman? Yeah. Check it out.
Well, I ain't gonna look you up. I have met Muslim women. I have never met a Hebrew woman yet.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well,
the Hebrews is more black men.
the women are quiet, though. The women are quiet because they listen to y'all crazy Bible that they not supposed to be up there, preaching and talking. And there's a lot of them. They're just not allowed to say anything.
Like I said, the vaccine, shut up.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say. Don't write. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about that, but
yeah.
You need my own point.
Yeah. So, what religion do you think is the best for the world right now? The blacks. The blacks. We're talking about the blacks.
Well, if you get honest, I mean,
it can't be that, what's that Hebrew
stuff? All full of shit. But I would say that, that Christianity and Islam have majority of blacks, and they pump right now. So like those two religions already is winning anyway. I mean, you talking about probably a little more than half of
so the Christians over the Hebrews.
Well, yeah, because
so the Christians got the better religion than the Hebrews.
Yeah, because first of all, Christianity is a religion. The Hebrew Israelites not really a religion, but Christianity is most definitely a religion. So I mean, if you're talking about religion and religious sake, yes.
Yeah, so Christianity is better for black people than the Hebrew religion.
First of all, I don't think any religion is bad for anybody, any race, but let alone black race. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to say which one I think is better, I'm trying to say which one is.
Or they're the same. The Hebrews and the Christians are basically the same. Y'all got the same book and Islam, so all y'all the same.
Well,
did you know that?
Yes,
I'm talking. I know you know. You know that they all use the same book.
According to the rhetoric of all three religions, they all come. They all
Yeah, they all the same. They all got the same. They got the same God.
Yeah.
The same saviors. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. So.
which is fun because all three came from each other, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. So
Islam is the youngest out the three, but
yeah, they all pretty young though.
I mean, regardless of who is the youngest is Islam.
Yeah. So I would say that. I mean, from my little research and people that I follow and watch, they would say that the Hebrew faith is like really, it's non-existent, really. You know what I mean? So, and now you build, or somebody else built to other religions off something that's not true?
Well, you ask somebody ask somebody who's in Islam or a Christian, they'll tell you that the Hebrew shit ain't true.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That the Hebrew shit ain't true. So how can their religions be true if they came after the Hebrews? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's the reason why I stay out of religion.
Yeah.
That's why I stay out of all three of those motherfuckers.
So you got a Hebrew Jesus, you got a Christian Jesus, and you got a Islamic Jesus.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. No, all three religions believe in Jesus. Is that they different on what he was and what he came to do. So all three believe now.
What did he come to do?
Yeah, what did he come to do? You know, we want to know too.
Did he come to save the world? Did he come to start a war? The fuck did he come for? Because some people say he came to die for our sins.
That's the Christian.
And then after he died, now I say he gonna come back on a horse and kill everybody. You know that disrespectfully. So Jesus don't allow disrespect. You know.
That's what's going on. He died for our sins, but we was just too damn sinful.
That's scarcely. He ain't talking all that tough man shit. He be talking with the camera ain't on.
The sins they out here committing right now just can't be forgiven. You know what I'm saying?
He scared to talk that tough guy shit.
People think he died for their sins on a Christian. That's a Christian teaching. And then you got people that believe, he came to be a prophet, and that's more of the Islamic teachings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now, what you saying that Jesus was not a real prophet? He didn't walk on water, and he lived on the moon.
Coach Pat, I don't believe in the Jesus Christ character, but yes, me myself.
Well, so what was he to you? Was he a prophet?
Jesus was nothing to me. I don't believe in it, man.
So he never existed at all. I gotta get motherfuckers that's gonna fight that.
As Jesus Christ, that is as witness to people from the Christian church. No, that person never done.
So he never existed. So who? And he in the Hebrew. So you don't believe it. So you don't believe in the Hebrew Bible.
What's in the Hebrew Bible anyway, man? Why is there so many different Bibles?
Is Jesus in the Hebrew Bible?
Well, what you mean by the Hebrew Bible?
What is it?
What's the name?
The Torah.
The Torah, and it's another. What's the other one?
The Jehovah's Witness Bible.
No. He know the other one.
Holy Bible.
Because his mother.
The Quran.
Because he laying on one right now. What's the name of that other one? Not the Torah. What is it?
I'm not quite sure.
Man, you know the name of it, bro.
I would say this. And no, the Hebrew Bible is what people call the Old Testament. So no, he's not in the Old Testament. But
okay, cool. So yeah, you don't got no ties to Jesus at all.
Then.
No. That's weird.
Okay.
I wonder what the mother boys say about. Oh, they must don't believe it.
Ain't you gonna ask him how did he get in?
He don't know because he don't subscribe to any of Jesus.
No. What we trying to figure out is how do you believe you came here and what did you come from?
Now he don't believe Jesus at all.
I mean, it could have been something else. I mean, he could have came through this motherfucker like Superman, through a boat. You know what I'm saying? through a lightning bolt. You know what I'm saying?
I do believe in a creator, and I believe we were created.
But so, y'all know who did it.
I ain't gonna question you. I ain't gonna get on you about that though. Since you brought it up, who was is it the Hebrew creator?
Well, I don't believe. It's like if that right there is where me and my Hebrew brethren, that's where we disagree.
What's the name of y'all? What's the name of y'all joint y'all worship at?
Hebrew, the creator. No, he's the creator. You said what?
What's his name?
I'm saying, what's the name of y'all joint where y'all worship at? What is it called?
Are you talking about the Hebrew Israelites?
Oh, that's what it's called. That's the name of the church. I mean, the mosque or.
Well, the Hebrew Israelites don't believe in the four-wall church. They believe that it is. They believe that it's our job to go out to the actual,
Oh, so y'all don't take an offering, right?
No.
And y'all work in the rain? Y'all some bad motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, they work in the rain, hell, cold,
So what is it? What's his name?
What's the main dude name y'all worshiping? You got Allah, we got Jesus, we got God. What's his name? Is what we trying to ask you.
First of all, so I like to say y'all.
No, we're asking you. Somebody else believes. No, I just want to know his name, though. I want to see if I'm on the right track.
We want to know his name, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to know his name, is it?
Say his name.
Say his name.
What's his name? Haitian Jack?
Oh, it ain't no Haitian Jack, is it? That's his name?
His name is kind of irrelevant because, no, he's the creator.
Okay, what do they know him as, though? What do they know him as? They just call him Lord, call him God, Sir, Mister, the Most High. There you go. Okay, that's what it is, the Most High. I knew it was something I couldn't think of. The Most High. Okay, I got you. El Shaddai. Which one?
The creator is one of them.
The creator. Okay.
El Shaddai, all that stuff. See, that's mostly describing what he does. That's not really his name. But look.
He said what? El Shaddai.
I know what y'all trying to get me to say.
No. I wasn't trying to trap you. I
We want to know, man.
I'm trying to trap you.
Yeah. I didn't expect this shit today. Yeah. Nobody told me about this.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. I'm trying to trap you with the. I wanted to talk about the females, the difference in religion. I tried to trap you in that, but you weaseled out of that, so I let you go. But I'm just saying. I ain't want to. You weaseled out of that. You wasn't tough like you was earlier when I talked to you. You was tough earlier.
We had some shit going on earlier.
Yeah. I was gonna let you.
I don't flip flop now. I told you.
You sound like you flip flopping now. You sound like a fish out of water now, man.
I have never flip flopped in my entire life. You ain't about to sit up there that way.
You definitely not as cocky as you were earlier. Earlier, you was like, the Muslim women, the whole religion ain't shit.
Wow.
See, no, that's what he said.
Oh, wow.
That's what he said. Okay, now that's what he said. Now, see, I ain't want to front you off and throw you out there.
Oh, wow.
You said Islam is the dumbest or one of the dumbest.
Yes, I did say, and that's my personal opinion. But I would say.
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because the stuff I've heard Islam people say, it makes no sense.
Like,
no.
And not only that, their relationship, like you said, to the Christian faith. But yet they proceed to make it seem like the Christianity is bullshit. But yet their relationship to them make it seem like, well, yes, Christianity is bullshit, but that's me out of know.
Hey, let me ask you. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I think I heard that Jesus' name was in the Quran.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
I think so.
So it got to be some type of affiliation, faith, or something. You know what I'm saying? That you know, if he's mentioned in there. Hold on. Now I want to find out where them guys you talking about come in.
We ain't gonna do this, man. I ain't gonna let you get away with that, brother. I'm not. Wait a minute, man. I'm not a Muslim, But hold on. I'm not.
Okay?
Yeah, you be a fighting motherfucker. You
You gonna get in trouble, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's somebody's religion.
Yeah, you gonna have to get dirty.
But I do know that I know you're not a Muslim.
No, I'm not a Muslim. But what I do know.
So I would say,
Hold on. The Muslim faith has helped more African American men. I ain't talking about men, women, and children, but it has helped more black men than any religion known to mankind. I'm talking about African American. Ain't nobody did more than African Americans, than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the reason why, that's why I got to defend him. The reason why, because Elijah Muhammad, when he pulled men together, he didn't pull doctors and lawyers and you know, people of that stature. He went and pulled alcoholics, men in prison, men on drugs. He went and picked them up and cleaned their ass up, man, and made them men of God. That's why. That's yeah.
It's alcoholics.
No. They clean. They super clean.
Oh my God.
You know. Y'all hear that?
This dude, man.
The nigga live in Lake Orion, y'all, on Charleston Hill in the big White House. Y'all just look.
I will not ever disrespect a man's religion, but if I
now, why you say? Wait a minute. Hold on, because I ain't hear you. Why is Islam the dumbest religion? Because I gotta hear this.
I can't answer that. Over the years, I've been studying religion. You know, the Christianity and the Catholic Church and the Muslim are the most confusing, hardest shit I've heard in my entire life. So it's not just Islam, it's Catholic, so they both of that shit silly.
I just don't understand the pictures they have on the wall, man. Them funny ass looking pictures, man.
So you hear a lot of boy loving going on.
You know, reaching for grapes and fruits, and I just don't get it, man. You know, you
Yeah.
wrapped up with a woman, but you reaching for a man. I don't know. I don't get it, man.
I'd be confused as a Muslim when I tell people I don't eat pork. And, you know, I'm like, no, I'm not Muslim. You know? but I know that they do take on some the custom that I do. But
so Hebrews eat pork.
You got to be in tune, man, with some type of faith. You got to.
Not if the faith is keeping you down. But you said some type of faith. I'll give you that. And, you know, black people got to put more effort into studying these religions and where they came from. You know.
Yeah.
I think the only good thing about religion is what comes from them is the moral code. Now, I don't know religion that don't have a good moral code. So, I mean, and that's the one thing I can't say for all three, but the Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, they all have a strong moral code. I mean, Christianity is kind of weak, but the other ones.
Christians really got a
This dude.
yeah. Christians got a strong moral code. Now, do everybody follow that? No, they don't. But they definitely got it.
Some use it to take advantage.
Yeah, Christians
just like any other religion.
Yeah, Christians
some use it
super
for strength.
disciplined. Christians are super disciplined, bro. The real.
So that's why I say it's
nah, you talking about TD Jakes hanging out with Puffy, you know, that's the whole thing.
Man. Like I said, man, some people use it for good and believe in doing good, and some people just pick what they want out of it and teach around that for their own benefit. So you know, you gotta weigh the pros with the cons, but then again, you have to have your own particular type of faith in a higher power. It's not, I mean, I can't make nobody have faith in a higher power. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get in any types of books, any types of preaching, because it's like everybody got a hidden agenda that's doing that shit.
Well, you gotta pay attention to what you're subscribing to, because, you know, like you said, most religions have a good moral code to live by, you know, but the way religion is used today, your moral code will be used against you.
Yeah.
You know, especially if it wasn't made for you.
Yeah.
You know, so when you do find a religion or practice a spirituality, some type of spirituality, you should practice something that was made for you. And that's where we fall short as African Americans. We don't know what was made for us. We think we can just pick up anybody's shit and live in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got snatched and shit.
And so that's why people laugh at us because you a Buddhist, you a Christian, you're a Muslim. But your people are the oldest people on the planet. If y'all was here, if your people was here 100,000 years, 50,000 years, or 50,000, okay, let's say 30,000. We know we was here that much longer than any other race on the planet. Where are your spiritual practices at? Why aren't you searching for those? Why would you be searching for something that's what you just said, super young? The Hebrew faith is young, the Christianity is young, and Islam is young. All these religions are less than what, 4,000 or 5,000 years old. So if African Americans, African people of African descent, been here on record for 30, 50,000, 100,000 years, why would you be following something that was only made 5,000 years ago? That's crazy. That's my take on it. Find something that was made for you, because it's going to benefit you better if you find something that was made for you. You know, it was designed for you.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
You're gonna have to go look for
like,
something stone now.
Do you see Batman? Do you see Batman wearing Superman's outfit? This outfit wasn't designed for him. It ain't gonna fit right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get some shit that was designed for you.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why we have a lot of problems within ourselves, in our community. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because you're running around with a suit on that wasn't made for you. It was made for somebody else. It don't fit you.
Yeah.
You know, the balls area is too tight.
You know.
I'm saying.
The mess is just chokeable.
Yeah, the mess is chokeable. Fucking shoes don't fit, man. You know what I'm saying? Put your own damn clothes on.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Let's get into it.
Well, I do agree with that. I mean, like I always tell you, especially, and I think when we talk about blacks, like I always tell Pat, we always got it. It's these African Americans because because we really don't count for the blacks that don't live in this country.
You know what's wrong with black people though?
It's more period.
What's wrong with black people?
We're talking about blacks, we're talking about a very little percentage.
Black people are spooky, bro.
Live in this country.
Black people spooky, man. Black people spooky. Black people scared of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? White people scared the shit out. You gonna burn in hell. You know what I'm saying? You don't pick that goddamn hell. Your ass gonna burn. You know, right there in the Bible it said, let me beat you, let me break your kid. We like, damn, I'd rather you beat the shit out of me, shoot me, but I'm not going to hell. You know, so we black people spooky, man. We believe in all that. You know, and white people, the evil white bad people, the slave catchers and all that. They're still out right now today. They take advantage of that stuff. You know what I mean? We in court. We done committed some of the. Everybody committed crimes in the world, black, white, or whatever. But when black people commit crimes and do some wild shit, we in court. What's the first thing we pick up? The Bible.
Come to trial with the Bible. You know how they look in front of a judge. What the fuck wrong with this nigga?
Yeah, I'm about to read this Bible. The judge, the same Bible. I'm about to read out of it. Get your black ass 100 years.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck wrong with this nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Kill 3 motherfuckers. You gonna come here with a Bible?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And then some of them, I'm glad you're working on yourself.
Yeah, because you're gonna need that.
You're gonna need this when you go.
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta
you can read a page a day, bitch, and you still ain't gonna get out.
So being spiritual and being religious is one thing. We gotta stop being stupid. These people are playing on our spiritual intelligence.
And that's bad.
They're playing on us. We're not picking it up. We're not catching it. We study praying and, we study, we pray over food and books. You ain't gotta pray over food. How about you just eat something that's healthy? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a big ass plate of pig feet and pork chops and pour all the fucking salt I can find on the food, and then I'm gonna pray over this shit.
Yeah, after you jam your goddamn arteries.
I'm gonna pray over it. Why don't you just eat some for you, man? God already prayed over it when he let it grow naturally. It's already been prayed over. It got holy water on it, the water coming out the sky. You don't even know where the water even really coming from. Yeah. Washing the fruit, making the fruit grow. God damn, that's a miracle right there. Yeah. You study looking for a miracle. Motherfucker, that is a miracle. God damn. Not a miracle growth, but a miracle mother. Yeah, you don't even understand this shit. I falling out the sky, making healthy food grow. But I'm going to get some other shit and pray over it. You know? It's already been prayed over, brother. You know, you from the earth. Come on, man. Think, man. Come on, man. We got to bring some realistic shit to this crazy shit that's going on, man. Yeah, we got the doors open. Being spooky out there. Stop being scared of the unknown because these evil forces are using this shit against us. Mm-hmm. They blasting us. They know our strength. I didn't want to say this, but I'm going to get into it real quick and see what you think about this guy. One of our strengths, but Africans, people of African descent, might be everybody, but I'm just speaking about people of African descent right now. Yeah. One of our strengths is we adapt. We are natural scientists. Mm-hmm. So we move from place to place, from continent to continent, and we conquer it. We observe everything as scientists do. Yeah. And we tell you everything about this landscape. Yeah. And after we're done, we're going to move on to the next one and do the same thing. Yeah. Now, fast forward to today's time, we do the same thing. Okay, say I'm in Michigan, right? Okay, he moves to Flint, he moves to Detroit, he moves to Pontiac, right? Yeah. 3 people. They go down there, they conquer Detroit, he conquers Flint, he conquers Pontiac. Guess what? Now we are all enemies against one another. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then, not only that, now you go inside Pontiac. Now, the west side niggas don't like the east side niggas. No. The east side niggas don't like the south side niggas. No. The south side niggas don't like the north side niggas. So it's getting smaller. It's getting smaller and smaller. We have smaller groups. And they see these people have watched us long enough to know what our strengths are. And they're taking advantage of it. Yeah. And you hear every rapper doing this shit. All the rappers, they claim it. I'm from the West Coast. Yeah. Fuck the other coast. I'm from the East Coast. Yeah. Nigga, if it don't sound like the East Coast, nigga don't bring that shit around here. Yeah, in the meantime, boy, they just taking advantage of all this shit. Yeah, we're going to rob the East. We're going to rob the West. Yeah. We're going to rob the up North niggas. We're going to rob all these niggas. And we study, claim, and set. We don't understand that our strength is being used against us. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I couldn't agree with you more, bro.
Pretty much, man. You know, the black man have been studied.
Yeah, you've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? You've been led astray. You've been ran amok.
So, you know, you got to have more conscious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to think our way out of these situations.
Got to have more.
I'm just as spiritual as the next person. I love spirituality. I really do. But you got to have some common sense, man. Yeah. You got to think, man. We got to put this shit on the table. They kicking our ass. They're not scared of whatever the African voodoo god is. Ain't nobody scared of that motherfucker no more. They are murdering the shit out of us every day. Do they look scared of Jesus?
We ain't scared of no more bones in the bucket.
Do they look scared of the chicken bone? You know what I'm saying? And the goat sacrifice. Do they look scared when they pulling them motherfucking guns out on these little black boys and girls and gunning them down? Do they look scared?
Yeah, you think they scared of a dowel that you sticking the needle into?
You know what I'm saying? That shit only works for puppies.
But see, you say that it's religion that keeps them, you know, that keep them unknown and do all this. But see, that's the thing. That's the funny thing about Christianity is their Bible. It does not teach them to do any of this. Their Bible don't teach them to go and get a corporate job and go work for a corporation. They don't teach them.
No, they ain't had no corporations back then when they wrote the Bible.
They had a corporation. Yeah. It was called a plantation.
Their corporation was a plantation.
The corporation was a plantation. That's what the fuck
it
was. Well, it had a different name back then.
And the only book you needed was the Bible.
Yeah, but the thing, bro, so that's what I'm trying to say is that the black man didn't get, I'm going to get a job from the Christian faith. They got that from the white man's perception of the United States, but they didn't get that from the Bible.
You gotta realize, when the black man came over here, he ain't know shit about a job. He had to work for free.
I got to dial back on you.
You know what I'm saying?
Dial back on you.
He had to work for free.
Yeah, we always knew what work.
You know what I'm saying?
We knew what work was. We know what work is.
or simply work off the land, which the Bible actually does teach.
Now, wait. See, you got to watch him. You trying to slip shit in.
Yes.
Come on, what the Bible teach. We were working jobs before the. Yeah. Because I know you. What the Bible do teach you? Well, we was working jobs before the Bible was invented, before it was written or authored or whatever. We were already working, so we didn't need nobody to write the Bible. And now I'm going back on what y'all said, and we didn't know what jobs were. We knew what jobs were. Listen to me, hold on. We knew what jobs was. We knew what slavery was. But this a different. It was already slavery in the world. This here in the Western world. This was a different kind of slavery. This was a slavery where we take your identity, we rape your children, we separate the mother and the father and push them from different lands from one another, so they may never see each other again. This was a different type of slavery that was in Africa and other countries. So when people say your own people sold you and all of that, if the average African American don't know this, you don't got a defense. When somebody of another culture say, your people sold you. Yeah, your people sold you, but you were allowed in most cases to join the other tribe that you were sold to. They didn't take you, beat you, rape you, change your name, and rape your kids, and then rape your kids' kids. You understand what I'm saying? It was a different slavery. So to dial back on the work thing, we always knew what work was. We built the goddamn pyramids. We built not to play. There's ancient structures all over Africa where we worked. Somebody had to work. Somebody didn't fill out an application to work them goddamn jobs. So somebody made their ass work them jobs.
I had pen and paper back then, man.
They made them work. So we had slavery, and we had bosses and supervisors. We invented all this shit. Now this was a different type of slavery in this Western world that they brought us to. This is different shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I agree with that as well, but what I'm trying to say is,
you good?
All I'm trying to say is,
Y'all be doing you talk to the phone.
Don't make nobody stupid or weak.
What? Religion does make you weak. Your religion make you weak. If you don't understand the text that you read, it's definitely gonna make you weak. If it's not designed for you, it's going to make you weak.
Well, here's the thing. People say what makes the Christian, because it's three different religions you're talking about, but the Christianity, what makes them weak is the church. It's the church itself that makes it.
What makes Christianity weak for black people is any race, anybody. It's letting another culture force their religion up on you. You know what I mean? That's what makes it weak. When it's forced on you. Now, if we came over here as immigrants and we looked at the Christian religion and we looked at ours, oh man, I want to be a Christian, man. You know what I mean? Now I made that choice on my own. Yeah. Now it may be healthy for me. You know what I mean? Because it depending on what state I'm in. You know what I mean? But when there you go. When the motherfucker whooping me on my back, you know what I'm saying? And kicking me in my ass, talking about you better get on your knees and pray. Hold on, man. Yeah. This guy kind of mean right here.
But even during slavery, it was put on to either the slave owner or the slave by the church.
This what you not understanding, and
and Job said it early, and I agree with him. He's right. Because the reason why you read these books, everybody have an agenda. The agendas come in from the church.
You cannot pull this off. You can't pull this off unless somewhere in that scripture it says that you can.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be able to pull it off. So it's somewhere in that scripture that who's ever using it for a wrong intent, he can interpret it that way. Just like the U.S. Constitution, we go up there and we argue, we interpret it, what it means to me, what it means to you. Yeah, that's how your Bible left it open for interpretation. So somebody's using it that way because it's written that way to help.
And I told you this before. Ain't nobody write a book and say, I'm writing this book to leave it up to the church. Ain't no writer do no. You is a writer.
Obviously, it's not clear then. It's not clear. If I look up a recipe for lasagna, for lasagna, that motherfucker don't say cheese, noodles, sauce, couple garlic, and it's gonna have exactly what you use on it.
Yeah, it's not gonna say maybe an apple.
Yeah, maybe apple.
Maybe an orange.
Use a pound, and a half, maybe 2, maybe 3 if you want to. You know, fuck it. Throw some.
It's not gonna say that. You know what I'm saying?
So it has to be confusing somewhere for some people to get it wrong. Because everybody ain't coming up with the same tray of lasagna, brother.
Don't know. If you would have told Shakespeare, you didn't
Shakespeare wasn't a liar. Shakespeare couldn't tell a story that well. He was a liar.
I know someone would say his writing's not his. Right? Okay, that's get off because look, what I was saying, don't know writer and Pat, you are a writer. You wrote a book. So I don't feel like that. And I know you.
So listen to what we're telling you.
Nobody write a book and say, oh yeah, you can interpret it with
But the book, it has to be.
Every book has intent and it has original intent. You cannot sit there and tell me, well, I wrote this shit so everybody can take where the fuck they wrote from it. Nobody writes like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. That's a good point. That's a good point. So, that's a good point. So, how many books? Okay, hold on. How many books are in the Bible? How many different books are in the Bible? How many books in the Bible?
40-something.
Okay, so 40-something different books. Aren't they by the same author?
No.
Okay, so that's where your confusion come in. If you take a bunch of manuscripts and slap them motherfuckers together, now I can interpret these books. I might be reading them right because they all say something different.
Okay.
You know. So that's how you can get a misrepresentation.
Me and you had it argument before, and I say you made a good point. Like I really don't see why they put all the books together and call it.
Yeah, because they did it on purpose so they can get their agenda across. When they was doing slavery, robbing, murdering, they designed. It was designed for them to conquer the world. Yeah. That's why they put it together like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But see,
yeah.
But here's the thing, you're right. But the people who did it, they don't like just like Chuck. I agree. They had an agenda.
Yeah, so I was going to dial them back on what you said about that, they wrote the book so you can't misinterpret it because it was written one way. Yeah, that's true. But if you slap 40-something damn books together, and one say, love your neighbor, and then you flip the next page, I say, go over there and chop their motherfucking head.
And then the next page said, eye for an eye.
Yeah, I can misinterpret this motherfucker. I just read the page, we say, go kill these motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying?
After I conquer the motherfuckers, now I go back to the other page where it say, love your neighbor.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
I can love you, but they say that some motherfuckers gotta die.
So that's that Hebrew shit right there.
No.
You should have represented your people because if any of your Hebrew brothers ever see this, they're gonna be mad if you ain't come out swinging.
They're gonna try to fuck you up.
I know a couple. I will call. I don't know if you have. When I call your brother Isaac on here, and
understand about everything too.
Go ahead.
What I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Yes, I can love you, but understand that for every reaction is a reaction. For every action is a consequence. So I'm not gonna sit here and be a dumbass. Some people do gotta die. Some people hold on.
I'll give you credit though. At least you ain't one of them. At least you ain't one of the brothers that when you find something wrong in their religion, they just keep fighting it out.
Yeah.
You do be doing
don't
that.
make sense.
You running right
still
now.
Swinging.
Yeah. He's running right now. But usually he won't stick to it. If it don't make sense, he'll say it don't make sense. He one of the few Hebrew brothers that I talk to that don't do that. I'll give you some credit for that.
Because I don't know everything.
No, yeah, you know every motherfucker thing. You just know how to get out of it too.
Yeah.
I know about it.
I'm not a snake, motherfucker.
You ain't slick, you smart.
Yeah, you're a snake that crawls backwards, man. You a bad motherfucker. Fucking sidewinder and shit.
This snake backstroke.
Every day I live, I learn something new. Okay?
Right.
Now, Coach Pat, I learn something every time I talk to you. So at the end of the day, I don't know everything. But what I would say is this. If I think something makes sense, I'm going to try to, argue to do its best. But if you can prove me wrong, like you said, I'll shut up. I'll say, shit, you're right.
Ant don't lose. He just readjusts.
Yeah.
You take it all in. And you think you got him beat, and he'll call you tomorrow, and then he's gonna try to rip the cotton out.
You know, I slap on this shit.
Yeah. Jacob went up the mountain. He didn't use that knife. He used the butter knife. You know, y'all got it all wrong. I got the scripture right here. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't call him the goat for nothing.
So he get to ripping off scripture. Now ain't nothing you say. Now I gotta go and back in readjust.
Yeah, you pretty good with that, Ant. I gotta get that to you.
I really don't like. Go ahead. I don't like talking about the religious shit because everybody gets so sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Dudes don't want to. That's because motherfuckers is lazy. They don't want to research anything. And then, like I said, black people are spooky as hell. Yeah. Black people, white people got us believing that we're going to hell. You know, you don't read this Bible the way we taught your black ass, you gonna smoke. You know what I'm saying? You cook.
Yeah.
Everything you consider white, that's the church.
You gotta have a higher power, man, and it don't have to come out of book. You know what I'm saying? You already spiritually inclined. Use it.
Joe, I've been telling these Hebrews that for a long time. I just told my own brother that shit this last week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write my own Bible.
I see they come up here and they put the Bible on the pedestal like it's a god itself.
That's how I got into this. A lot of people be like, "How you get into this acting stuff?" I was in jail, right? And I was reading the Bible. I said, "Man, this Jesus is so important." And people would be like, they always talking about a lot of other stuff besides Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to write a book that only concentrated on what Jesus said, what he did, what he ate, and the places that he went to. And so in the midst of writing all this stuff down, reading the Bible, trying to find out everything he did, and I believe I read something where it said he got chased out of a temple. You know, he was in there studying or reading or something, right?
Was he selling jewelry?
And I got to thinking, like, Jesus in the temple studying all the time. He studied. What was he reading? So this is what got me into it. I said, what the fuck? I thought God wrote everything. Jesus is God. God is Jesus. Didn't Jesus write the Bible is the first book on the planet?
It's his son, right?
Yeah. He is son, and he the daddy and the son. He both.
Right.
Right. So I'm thinking, what could be older than him? What the hell could he have been reading and studying? So I got to looking into things that he possibly could have been reading.
What you come up?
And I found thousands of books that's older than him in his religion. So I got to study, and so I just got to backtrack and all this stuff. And then that's how I found out about all the old African stuff like that. I got a couple books over there that I can't go to. You got the pyramids, stuff from Kemet, all those old texts, the walking forth by day or whatever, other books. There's just so many of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over there on the shelf.
So you can't be fearless.
And Joe, after he did this, Joe, I did this, and ever since then, the mother came out of jail telling everybody, "Oh, the Bible ain't shit."
No. I ain't learned that. I didn't have access. No, I didn't have access to. I ain't have access to none of those books at jail. I had to come home. and find the damn book. You know what I'm saying? You ain't get no shit like that.
And say after he got out, he said,
You don't really want to know. I'm gonna tell you what I really think. I'm gonna be nice. Black people are super undereducated. Anytime you are only allowed to read one book for the last 400 years, you only know one book.
Yeah. And still don't know all the words in it.
And then that's crazy, man. Don't know where the fuck they came from. That's insane.
Oh, shit.
Like, you only can read one book. Like I say, you don't even know all the words in that bitch. But that's crazy, man. And so here you have white people with shout out to black women for being the most educated group in America. But here you have white people with all these master's degrees and shit like that. Why we don't have none? Because we're only taught to read one book.
Yeah. We
concentrate on one book. Here these motherfuckers got encyclopedias.
Yeah.
Got universities full of millions of books in there. I only need one book though. All I got to do is pray and everything's going to happen to me. You know, we are, so that shit is hurting us.
Yeah, I think shit.
I agree more with Joe on this one. Sometimes the books is like any book is written with agenda, bro.
There you go with that spooky shit.
You do any book with an agenda, but you think Coach, you are running yourself. You make it seem like you should know about all
That's what I'm telling you.
You won
Joe,
your
he
damn
just
self.
told you. You should be listening.
You said what?
That's the whole reason why you should be listening to me.
That's why I listen to your ass.
That's why you should listen. So we are undereducated, brother. Whether you agree with me or not, you should know what's in these books. So if I confront you with something, hey, man, did you see what's in my African book? You should be like, yeah, I read that same book, brother. And that ain't what it says. It says this, and that. You should at least be able to come back like that. Instead of saying, I'm not reading that, because if I read that, you going to hell. You going to burn in hell.
That ain't what he said, man. That ain't what he said.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our counterparts are getting all these master's degrees, shit flying all around the world. We stuck in the hood with one taking that one book to court.
Yeah.
You know, and it don't look good.
You got a point.
One law gonna get me out this shit. I mean,
Joe said it good. Half these Christians, they scream the Bible halfway, but they never read one page in that motherfucker.
Yeah, because he wasn't taught to. You know what I'm saying? And then we got this interpreter, T.D. Jakes. You know, we pay him to read the Bible. We pay him to read the Bible to us, so we don't have to read every page.
Yeah, so we can understand.
Yeah,
you know,
he was chosen.
You're right. The church is the problem. I keep telling you that.
He's the chosen one.
This nigga right here.
The reason why the black race is weak and lazy and don't read, don't go study, because of the church.
Well, we weren't lazy when we was building this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel with that. We're lazy now. We were lazy then, but most definitely are now.
Whoa. See, I can't let you get away with that. That's fucked up. All right, time out. Time out. Because we'll get out of here in a second. All right.
Yeah, I got to get out of here, man.
I got to dial back on this lazy shit real quick. Okay, so, of course,
ran over.
Everybody with common sense would know that during slavery, every African American had a trade. You specialized in something. So if all the slaves had trades, why don't we have trades right now?
Because
I'm gonna tell you why. No. Hold on. No, that ain't why. The reason why is because when they freed the slaves, white people got intimidated. God damn, these motherfuckers can build a house in 10 minutes. Yeah. They can put plumbing and swimming pools and shit in another 10 minutes. We can't let them niggas have all the jobs.
You know what I'm saying? Tell them cowboys, man, we gonna watch our own cows.
That's why they took all the motherfucking books from us. So we couldn't know shit. That's how we ended up lazy. You can't go from building the country to being lazy. So they took the skilled trades from us. Then they formed all these goddamn unions that we were not allowed to be a part of back in the day.
Right along with,
you know, so that's how we ended up getting lazy. So now they're trying to bring back, even when they had trades in prison. Remember back in the day, they had trades in prison. They stopped that because they got jealous because brothers was coming home from prison, being an electrician, being a plumber, and all type of shit. They took that shit out of prison. So we're not lazy, bro. This was a design plan. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
okay,
you
so.
Keep like enjoying the corporation, though, motherfucker.
If you try, brother, you gotta eat.
Hey.
You're not faking. That's how. Because the thing is, what the white man did, you're right, we made our new trade. What they did was they figured how the fuck can we take ownership of what the black man does?
They already did that when they enslaved us, bro. They already did that. I'm gonna give everybody some homework out there. Go watch. I like what you just said. They wanted to take ownership of everything we make.
Yeah,
go watch.
Stole a lot of patents.
Go watch High on the Hog. Not only when they brought, a lot of people don't know this, when they brought slavery over here, they brought the goddamn collard greens over here, the yams over here,
the rice,
the beans, the rice. They brought everything we eat to this motherfucker, and they sold it to each other, you know. And not so we only concentrate on physical slavery, but they brought our food over here and sold it also.
Yeah.
And so the average African American don't know this shit. Go watch High on the Hog. It should be on Netflix. It's probably still on there. Find it somewhere. Make sure you watch the first one and the second one, and it will explain this in detail.
We like to do it. We like to have fun with it. We like to do it jokingly, but a lot of stuff be seriously too. You know what I'm saying? But we also give you the information to go look it up for yourself so you can come with your own conclusion. If you like what you like today, Drop something in the box.
Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Dark Matter Podcast. Everybody, we're going to say peace. Tell people we out, man.
Peace.